Hey there, welcome back. We're going to dive in today to Ephesians chapter 6, verses 1 through 9. Children, obey your parents in the Lord because this is right. Honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with a promise, so that it may go well with you and that you may have a long life in the land. Fathers, don't stir up anger in your children, but bring them up in the training and instruction of the Lord. Slaves, obey your human masters with fear and trembling, in the sincerity of your heart, as you would Christ. Don't work only while being watched as people pleasers, but as slaves of Christ, doing God's will from your heart. Serve with a good attitude, as to the Lord and not to people, knowing that whatever good each one does, slave or free, he will receive this back from the Lord. And masters, treat your slaves the same way without threatening them, because you know that both their master and yours is in heaven, and there is no favoritism with him. All right, so that's chapter 6, verses 1 through 9. Let's see. So, as a parent, these first 4 verses, I think you could write an entire book on this. How, children and parents, it's almost kind of a symbiotic relationship where parents, you don't stir up anger in your children. Your job is to go ahead and train your children in the instruction of the Lord, get them to know and love Christ. But then also, likewise, children, you've got to honor your mother and your father. That's the first commandment, right? And so for us to live our long lives, God instructs us pretty plainly here in just 4 verses to honor your parents. And parents, don't anger your kids. It's that simple. Um, and also bring them up in the training and instruction of God. For slaves and masters, I know that people say there's no slavery in 2025, but there is. There's underground slavery. There's definitely different kinds of slavery. I'm not going to speak in terms of slave work as far as the specifics of them. I'm going to speak on these topics kind of as honestly tips for me, how I can apply it into my life. And so, obeying your masters in the sincerity of your heart as you would Christ, I would like to translate that over into obeying your boss. If you work at a traditional company, for me, I work in real estate, and so it would be obeying my clients and what they're wanting to do, working together with them with the sincerity of my heart, as if I was helping Jesus himself. Also, not working only while being watched. Don't work from the sense of being a people pleaser, but instead, as slaves of Christ, doing it from our heart. Verse 7 tells us to serve with a good heart, which I think is a really great reminder for us daily when in whatever we're doing, whether it's through our work or for me, it's as a homeschool mom, is serving. It is serving. It's serving my kids as their teacher, and so I want to make sure that I'm serving with a good attitude. Again, for the Lord, not for people, which it is a hard one to really. It's a hard pill to swallow. That my attitude, I got to serve with a good attitude. So even if the kids are fighting and they're having a bad day with each other, I cannot allow that to simply bring my mood down. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, it definitely does, but I'm not serving the kids. I'm not serving people. I'm serving God in what I'm doing. So what I'm doing is for God. It's part of, going back to verse 4 is bringing them up in their training and instruction of the Lord. So that's how I take these master and slave verses to mean. Um, verse 9. Now, if you're thinking about this as homeschool mom or working, you kind of do get a chuckle out of it because it's masters treat your slaves the same way without threatening them. So I was telling my kids even just last night. I'm looking outside. It's snowing, and said you guys can't, if you want to go play in the snow, you better finish your schoolwork first. And so just threatening them with the snow play being taken away if they don't finish their schoolwork. And so that kind of made me chuckle, which I know slaves and masters is not something to laugh about um, when it comes to this verse. I mean, that's just really what it made me think about. So, anyways, just a short little diving in on Ephesians 6, verses 1 through 9. Let me know what you got out of it and how you can apply it to your life. For me, my key takeaways are as a child, I'm still a child. I have a mom and a dad. And so honoring my parents in what I'm doing as a parent, don't anger my children, and make sure to instruct them in the ways of the Lord. So that's two key takeaways from verses 1 through 4. My takeaways for 5 through 9 would be, doing good works, working hard even when no one's looking. So working as if I would be doing it sincerely for Christ. And the last takeaway is having a good attitude, because I know that I'm working for God. Let me know what you got out of that.